per mil, E2, so on and so forth. Now, the one thing that Cloudograph doesn't do well is you could try to do different time. If, let's say that you wanted to put more than one enzyme on the same graph, you know, this will be your x-axis, this will be your y. You have to, Cloudograph will only let you choose one x, so you have to put all of your times in one column and then have that match up to your these are absorbances, by the way. Your absorbances here. So what I'm saying is, let me make up these numbers. Well, for the very first one, it should be 0. And let's say 15, 30, whoops. 45. Okay. But see, what I was going to say is when the next one comes with absorbances, they're going to have different times. It's going to have a 0 time.
It's going to have a different time. 0 time.
And 20, 40, 50, 110, 140, 210, like that. What I was going to say is now you have, like, this is the x, so you're going to have to make sure that it matches up. So you just come over here. Now if you paste in the the button underneath the left flashing red light.
Alarm test?
The next one over.
Reset?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. I can't hear you over the thing.
To get to red axis. Okay.
And see, you can do 2 x's and 2 y's at one fit. They've got this linear, which will give you just a line. But it works a lot better if you go under general. We've got a couple of these already fit in here that we put in and saved. I think that they're saved on all computers. If not, I'll help you. This is where, first of all, let me look at it on this computer. For whatever reason, they call fit 1 as a line. You hit define. Now, I don't know why Cloudograph does this, but they use their own language. Okay, so this M naught is the x-axis, the big M. There may be 1 or 2 of them that still say x, but they use this big M naught as being the x-axis. So these are your variables that you're going to fit, the lowercase m. You can add even more. So if you look, this is mx plus b. That's the definition of a line. It just says b plus mx. Same thing. Now what Cloudograph does like for you to do is you have to put in a guess for the variables, which is pretty easy for line. You just have to be like in an order of like 10 to the power 4, I think, within that So if you go way too high or way too low, it will give you an error, but it doesn't really matter. So right here, I'm just going to make up these numbers. So for the M1, that's the x squared, what's it called, y-intercept. And it looks like it's going to cross, you hit the button again?
Yeah.
Thanks. So it looks like it's going to cross the y-axis right around 0.01. And that's the slope. Like I said, you just have to come up with a broad idea. So from 0 to about 0.15 divided by 50. I mean, it's going to be a small number. So I'll say 0.001. You don't have to be perfect here. And okay. Oh, there we go. So reason why, then you can even, by the way, I'll show you. You can even modify these to where later on with Making Smitten, where you can call M1, oh, that may be Vmax, and so you can even type in here Vmax, Kcat, or Kn, whatever, and everything, copy and paste this into Word, so it goes directly into your document setting. But the nice thing about this, see, I completely made that one up. You can tell you'll never get an R value of 1. Okay, don't even try. So those medicinal chemistry that through, and we went over statistical math. Remember, and it's usually even better to do R squared rather than R, but these will both have really good R squared values, chi-squared, all this kind of stuff. It gives you the value plus or minus whatever the error is. And you can even change, these are really skinny to where when you make this graph small, look at the paper, you wouldn't be able to see that line. So all you have to do is double click on the little legend again. Instead of going under the variable settings, go under curve fit settings. And we don't want it to be a hairline. You want it to be nice and thick. Go here. We don't want it to be a hairline. You want it to be, if you want to ever do like the dashed, you want it to be even thicker, okay? Oh, that's not, yeah, that'll work. And okay. See, now it's really thick, to where whenever you make this a really small graph, you'll still be able to see that. So you can play around. And now though, you can see, well, we can't really see the little